Hey everyone, it's Allison here with Determined to Shine, and welcome to our channel. I'm super excited today. I'm going to be diving into my collection of Lenormand decks. This is a subscriber requested video, so I'm excited to share the decks I have with you, especially because I do have some unique decks. I watched a ton of deck collection videos when I was first getting into Lenormand cards. And more than half of my collection is independent decks and ones that I don't see here on YouTube too often. So I'm very excited to dive right in and show you the decks. So let's get started. All right, first up is the Dreaming Way Lenormand, or Lenormand. You may hear it both ways. I tend to say Lenormand because the system is named after a French woman, and I believe that's how her last name was pronounced. However, I hear Lenormand more often. I hear them both, so however you say it is great. However I say it, which is probably both ways in this video, fantastic. Anyway, first deck is the Dreaming Way. This is a very cute little deck. It was my first Lenormand deck. It does have a little booklet, which is nice. A lot of them don't, and just gives a little bit of some introductory stuff, and then of course the card descriptions, which is nice. And there's these a cute little quote to go with each card in the booklet, which I always find just a bit of fun. So let's look at the cards. Let me get them on here for you. So pretty standard. There aren't any extra cards in this deck, just very you know, cute little art. When I first started, I was like, oh, it won't be like tarot. I won't need more than one deck because Lenormand is so much more straightforward, and, you know, you just don't need everything in the same way. I think this is an interesting card on the Fox take. Or interesting take on the Fox card. Wow, and I love the bear with as the mask. I'm not going to show you all of them. Ah, I love the doggy. So, yeah. Very cute little mice. But yeah, I was like, oh, I'll only need the one deck. Well, of course, we know how that went, how it always goes. Of course, I love this moon. I needed plenty of decks, but I do love my little collection. I don't have, of course, as many. I only have 8. And I have, you know, well over 100 or 200 of my tarot collection. This box does not want to open. But I do, as I mentioned, have some pretty unique decks, including a bunch of independent decks. I only actually have 2 mass market Lenormand decks. So that is the Dreaming Way. I should mention there is a tarot deck that matches this. I don't have it, so I can't show it to you. But there is a Dreaming Way tarot with this as the same creators, and it's really neat to be able to pair decks together that way. So that's definitely a tarot on my wish list, and if you're thinking of picking this one up, you may consider getting the tarot with it. All right, next up is the Celtic Lenormand, and this is the only other mass market deck in my collection, and it looks like it's going to be bigger than a traditional Lenormand deck, but it just has a funky little inset in the box, and the cards themselves are still pretty small. You once again get a guidebook, and this is actually probably the best guidebook I've seen to come with a Lenormand deck, because you get just a lot more information, and so if you're a beginner, this would be a great one to work with. And you get the keywords, timing, person, playing card association, the description, and then you also get the meanings. Then you get some information on doing a spiritual reading, the dark and light, spell use, affirmation, and associated deities. And that is way more than you will ever see in any other Lenormand guidebook. It's a pretty straightforward system. So obviously they've added some stuff in here that's not in other decks. The artwork I want to mention is by Will Worthington, who illustrated I believe it's the Wildwood Tarot and the Druidcraft Tarot. So if you are looking for Again, to match decks. I don't own those, so I can't show them to you, but those do exist. So let's look at the cards. The thing I like about this deck is there are a couple cards that have multiple versions, which lets you customize the deck to yourself a little more. So we start out with 2 rider cards, a male and a female. So if you identify as male or female, you can choose the card that works for you, of course. If you don't, that's not necessarily helpful, but still a nice touch. We have 2 trees, kind of a summer and a winter, which is neat. You can kind of change those out. Like, this is really nice for around Christmas time. I use that the rest of the year. There are 2 snake cards, kind of the traditional scary snake, and then a more healing snake shedding its skin. There are, I think actually, is it 3 birds cards? You have owls, chickens, and whatever kind of birds these are, more traditional, like songbirds. 2 child cards to choose from. The one thing to note about this deck is it does not have keywords, but because Lenormand is such a straightforward system, like, do I need a keyword to tell me that that's the bear card? Or that, you know, that's the stork? Probably not. Instead of just the dog card, you do have a dog and a cat as choices, which for those of you who are cat people is kind of nice. Mice. Here we have, there are 2 man cards and 2 woman cards for the man and the woman. And I think that might be it as far as the different extra bonus cards. Yep, everything else is straightforward. So this is one of my favorites. I really like the feel of it. It works great with my... Okay, so moving on to independent decks. We have the Whimsical Lenormand by Pepe Valderrama. I got this from the Game Crafter. I believe it's still available. I would have to check, but I will of course have links for you down below. This is just a really fun deck. I love the art style. I love how cutesy it is. It's totally my aesthetic. It fits everything I love and everything I want. I love how simple it is, but how super cute it is. And it has a panda for the bear, which is just wonderful. I love the Rapunzel tower. Everything about this deck makes me super happy. It's probably the Lenormand that I like the most. I don't know if that's true. There's, I have a couple cute decks that are just really, really fun. But I really like this one, and it's great to go with kind of cutesy decks, and I own a lot of decks that are super cute and colorful, so it's a great fit for me. So that is the Whimsical Lenormand. So next up is the Owl Lenormand, and this is by Beth Salonen, and she did the, I believe it's the Guardian Tarot and the Dream Raven Tarot. And then her Etsy shop has a ton of these small, very limited edition decks that she hand produces. You can see this is copy 11 of 40, so that's very limited run. She signed the box, and then the other thing that's cool, this is the card back. I have to remember to be showing you card backs. Is that she actually signs or and numbers each individual card, like in the corner. I don't know if you guys can see that right there and right there. So that's kind of cool. The cardstock is it's kind of a coated plasticky type card. It's almost like it's laminated, and I think that's because she hand produces these. But, so these cards aren't as intuitive because every card has an owl, and so you're finding your, symbol, like the symbol of the card is in the middle of the owl's belly. So, you can see, looks like these aren't in order, or they were in the rider's just not. Maybe that's at the back. But, there's a child. It's just really, so you can see like with the bear and with the fox, like you still have them inside an owl, and but I love them, and I think they're beautiful, and I love how limited this deck is. I think it might still be available. I haven't had this that long. I'll provide a link to her shop, but even if it's not, you should check out some of her other decks because there are just some really unique decks there. Yep, there's the rider. Goes on top. There we go. But yeah, it's just really neat to have something that's kind of special and signed, and not that many people get to play with this deck. So I think that's kind of fun. And I really, really love owls. So if you love owls, this is an excellent choice for you. Next up is the Minute Lenormand, and I'm only going to show this for like, you know, maybe 30 seconds. I don't know. I'll try to talk fast. This is also signed by the deck creator. Because I've done a full walkthrough of this deck along with the Minute Tarot, I'll provide a link to that up in the corner of the video. But basically the concept of this deck is that every card was drawn by the artist in 5 minutes or less as a creative challenge. And you can, in that video that I did, see me create an art journal spread real fast. I get a little panicky. It's kind of entertaining. But I love the way the art turns out. I think it's super cute. I love her kind of whimsical style. It's very in line, again, with kind of a lot of the decks that I know and love. And really just colorful fun. So I'll link to that video if you want to learn more about this deck. So the next two decks I have are from Make Playing Cards, though I bought this from the artist's Etsy shop, but it is, you know, printed on demand. They come in this plastic Make Playing Cards box. And this is the Graven Chase Lenormand. And I chose it because it's by the same artist as the Tarot de Maria Celia, which is a Marseille deck that I really, really love. And I was hoping to put them together. And that's still, like, possible, but I found that the colors on this deck and the style are just, like, a bit darker than the Maria Celia, but I do kind of like this old worldy style of art, and just the colors are kind of muted and aged. You do get 2 child card options. That's actually very similar to the card back, which, oh yeah, you are seeing because I've been flipping the cards over, silly me. So I do like it quite a bit. I haven't really been drawn to use it yet, so I still need to kind of play with it. I just think I was expecting something a little more colorful and bright. Like, these characters are much brighter. 2 man cards, 2 woman cards. Love them both. I love the colors on the lily and the moon. So I just need to play with this some more and see how I feel about it. One neat thing that it does come with is it also comes with the Graven Chase Zodiac Oracle. And this is just a card per zodiac sign. So they don't really fit with the deck. That's not how I use them or how I think they're even meant to be used, but it's just, you could pull oracles with this, or you could even just use them as altar cards or for spell work if that's the kind of thing you do. So, but I'm excited to show that to you, especially for fans of the Tarot de Maria Celia. It's just a nice option to have some more of that artwork. So next up is the Storytale Lenormand by Julie Rose, and many of you probably know her channel. She has her own YouTube channel. It's Peekaboo Rose. She has a ton of great videos, so be sure to watch them. Turns out she also makes awesome decks. This is my newest Lenormand. I actually held off filming this video because I was waiting for this deck to get here. So now that it's finally arrived, I can show it to you. This is also from Make Playing Cards. It just comes shrink wrapped, so you can get, like, I actually just ordered another one of these boxes to go with it because it's like $1. Or you can put it in a bag or a wrap or anything you want. And okay, let me just talk about how adorbs this deck is, because look at this rider. It's a unicorn riding a horse with a carrot. And that's all I need to know. I love this deck. I think Julie did a super great job on it. I love the roses on the card backs. They're just, it's just what it says. It's a Storytale Lenormand. Like, it feels really fairy tale-y. I love this snake. It's probably one of my favorite snake cards in any Lenormand deck. I love the art style. It matches so well with so many of my decks. 2 child card options, super adorable. It matches well. Oh, look at these 2 bears. I almost forgot about the 2 bears. I love this bear so much. I just want to keep him out and look at him all the time. Sorry. I get a little excited about decks sometimes, you guys. Okay, I can't help it. I can't help it. 2 dogs, one with a flower. So cute. Okay, what was I saying? I was saying the colors are great. This goes well with a ton of decks. It looks great next to almost anything that has colorful or fairy tale like art. I love it. The other thing, okay, what I love here is instead of the man-woman card business, we have a you and a them. And then we also have a significator and a seeker. Okay, so what I like about this, for fairly obvious reasons, is wherever you identify personally gender-wise, these cards will work for you. They can work for, you know, traditionally the man and the woman is often represented as like you and your partner, well, or you and another, you know, opposite sex figure. But I just like that you can kind of put these in however it makes sense to you, and that feels really, really nice to me. I really think inclusivity in decks is really important, and so that's another reason I'm a big, big fan of this deck. And I think it's a great, you know, first Lenormand deck, or just something you have to have because it's adorable. So, awesome deck. One of my favorites. Like I said, for now, I'm just keeping it in this plastic box, which I just got because I wanted it. I just think they ship it in here. It comes to me a little more nicely, and but I will probably put this in a bag or a wrap because I really like it, and so I want it to feel a little more special. But this just arrived. Like I said, I waited to film the video because I wanted you guys to see it, because I haven't seen it in a lot of deck collection videos, and it's super cute, and I wanted you to be able to see it. So there it is. And my last deck to show you is Sawyers Lenormand by Jamie Sawyer. Now this deck is not necessarily new, but this edition absolutely is. This is the 2020 edition. It was pre-ordered. It just arrived this week also. It was a good mail week for me. I love this art style. I will edge this in black almost immediately. If anytime a deck has black borders and black backs, it's going to get edged right away. Like, I'll actually probably take it upstairs when I'm done filming and this video is uploading and film it or edge it while I watch TV. So by the time you see this deck will have black edges. So okay, let's take a look. There's your card back. I'm not sure if the backs are different for the the previous editions, but this is the brand new edition. You can order it from her Etsy shop. Once again, you can see, of course, that I love bright colors. I love cute art styles, and this deck has all of those things just as I love them. I think the child card is really unique, that it's got a little sippy cup on there. The fox and the bear are super adorable, but all of the cards are super adorable. I love the crystals on the stars card. I think that's great. I think it's cute that the dog is wearing a harness. I mean, I have a beagle who wears a harness, so this dog card really makes me think of my dog Gracie. I'm pretty sure this is a basset, so it's not super beagle-y looking, but it's close. So, yeah, I really like that. So, I just think it's adorable and sweet and has kind of almost a tattoo feel to it, which is unsurprising because I believe Jamie is a tattoo artist. Here you get two versions of the gentleman and two versions of the lady. I like that the cards use animal heads because I think, again, it's just easier to find yourself in these cards. Of course, they still have the feminine and masculine labels, but I think overall, every step towards inclusivity is awesome. So, super, super cute deck. I do want to mention, once again, because I like mentioning, I know a lot of people like to read tarot and Lenormand together. Jamie Sawyer does have a tarot deck. It's the Sawyer's Path Tarot. I do actually own this one. This is a previous edition. This is not the 2020. So this was ordered from Make Playing Cards, which is how Jamie had her decks available until pretty recently. So, oh, this needs some like rainbow or teal edges, don't you guys think? Yes, it does. Edging is my new obsession. But so you can see how these would be. I love this High Priestess. Let me just say that. This is a Lenormand video. I'm not going to go into too much on this deck. If you want to see more of this deck or you want a full walkthrough, let me know. I can happily make a video on this deck for you because it's so cute. But this obviously, like I said, I just wanted to show it real briefly just so you can see how neat the cards look together. Oh, look at that Four of Swords. I almost forgot about that card. But, you know, if you were going to do a reading, I mean, I'm going to cheat here and pull out cards I like, but you can see how, you know, if you pulled a tarot card and, say, to Lenormand cards. I mean, I'm definitely cheating for stuff I like, but I mean, the snake's not really a positive card, but I just was picking out things that visually were interesting. You know, this just like looks nice, and I know that's not important to everyone, but I think it's really neat as a person who loves creativity and loves art. I really enjoy using decks that work together, and I think it's a way to stretch my spiritual practice and a way to stretch myself personally, and just look at you know, whatever might be coming up for me. So and I like to take pictures of my readings and journal with them and do all those things. So it's fun for me when my decks are pretty, and it's even more fun when they're cute and work together. So that is the Sawyers Path Lenormand and the Sawyers Path Tarot. So that wraps up my Lenormand collection. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I want to say a couple things real quickly, and they're important, so don't turn off the video yet. Sorry. I want to remind you, if you're having a hard day or you're going through something difficult, that it's going to be okay. We all have dark days, and that's what Determined to Shine is all about. We use the magic formula of creativity, spiritual connection, and community to chase away those dark days and bring joy and meaning into our lives. So I want to let you know that all will be okay in time. The darkness is never permanent, and I'm here for you. So I hope this video made you smile, and if you're interested in getting more involved with Determined to Shine, check out my other videos. Check out the links below for some ways to get a free art journaling class or anything else that you're interested in. So sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Thank you for being a part of this magical community, and thanks for checking out my Lenormand collection. If there are other cards of my collection that you would like to see more of, let me know. I have plenty, and I love showing them off. Until then, may you always remain determined to shine, and I will see you in the next video.